Hey everyone, it's Alicia Malone. Welcome to another episode of Fandango Indie Movie Guide, and the Oscars are only just a couple of days away, so let's get into my final round of predictions for the biggest category of all, Best Picture. Let's take a look at the nominees. First we have Call Me By Your Name, the heartbreaking movie by Luca Guadagnino based on a book of the same name, starring Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer as two guys who have a little bit of a fling over summer in Italy in the 1980s. Darkest Hour is directed by Joe Wright. It stars Gary Oldman and it's about the war in Britain right at the darkest moment when Winston Churchill took over as Prime Minister. Dunkirk could almost be a companion piece to Darkest Hour, directed by Christopher Nolan. It's also about a dark time in World War II, the Battle of Dunkirk, told from three different perspectives, incredibly tense and beautifully made. Get Out is the horror, comedy, drama, social commentary mashup by Jordan Peele, starring Daniel Kaluuya as a guy who goes to his white girlfriend's house for the weekend and ends up finding much more than he bargained for. Lady Bird, the charming comedy drama directed and written by Greta Gerwig, starring Saoirse Ronan as a young girl who wants to leave Sacramento and move to New York. Phantom Thread is directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA. It's about a designer in the 1950s London who likes to use women as his muses and then discard them, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. The Post is a tense and very timely film directed by Steven Spielberg, all about the publishing of the Pentagon Papers in the 1970s, with an all-star cast including Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. The Shape of Water, a gorgeous monster film by Guillermo del Toro, starring Sally Hawkins as a mute janitor working in a shady government lab during the Cold War who falls in love with a fishman. And Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, directed by Martin McDonagh, who also wrote the screenplay. It's about a mother who is fed up with the local police for not doing enough to try to solve her daughter's murder, starring Frances McDormand, Sam Rockwell, and Woody Harrelson. For my prediction, this one is really difficult. This category is the closest to call and it's actually the hardest to predict, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say The Shape of Water. It is difficult for The Shape of Water because it didn't get a SAG nomination, and it is very hard for a movie to win Best Picture without getting a SAG nomination, but it's not impossible. So my money's on The Shape of Water. Wouldn't discount Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, or maybe even Get Out in the same category. Oh, it's hard to predict this one. I have no idea which way it's going to go, but that is what makes it the most exciting. And if you're staying home this weekend, you can see Call Me By Your Name, The Shape of Water, and also Faces Places on FandangoNOW. Faces Places, of course, is the documentary directed by JR and Agnes Varda. A little road trip for them as they go around northern France in a photo booth van, taking pictures of people and pasting them up larger than life.
Alors ce que je te propose, c'est que je t'aide à emmagasiner le plus d'images avant que tout foute le camp.
Ça c'est très bien imprimé sur des petites assiettes de porcelaine.
You can see Faces Places plus Call Me By Your Name and The Shape of Water on FandangoNOW right now. So in a couple of days we will know if my predictions are right or not, but I want to hear from you. Who do you think will take out Best Picture? Let me know in the comments below, or you can tweet me at Alicia Malone, and I'll see you next week with the results. Happy Oscars! Bye!